All right. So I am Ben, one of the many people who put on Get Lei'd for Kenny, and I'm here with Eric Snelz, who is the founder and uh, owner of the Helping Hands for Freedom, which is one of our two beneficiaries this year. Just wanted to talk to Eric and give him the opportunity to kind of talk about how his organization started, how they got it started, the work that they do, and kind of anywhere else this goes, just so that the attendees this year at Get Lei'd for Kenny can have a better idea of kind of what their organization does and the things that the money we raise benefits. So, Eric, if you're cool with it, I'll turn it over to you to kind of start with how you got your organization started.
Well, first of all, I'm the CEO and only employee, just so you know. So we're a lean, mean machine.
Perfect.
It began with Staff Sergeant Patrick Shannon. He was 8-year Marine and also in the Army National Guard in Indiana. We're in Indiana and Arizona. In 2004, he was hurt in Iraq, went to Walter Reed for 3 months. And as he was sitting there, he's thinking, other vets were talking about how their families, he felt they were neglected, they couldn't get help. The Army wasn't prepared for the influx of veterans at that point in time. It was a very difficult time to get things through the process, if you will. He came back and tried to find a way to start a nonprofit. A friend of mine named Rod Smith helped with that. Rod was a former Nebraska football player in the nonprofit business. So we basically got together and they formed Helping Hands for Freedom, a 501c3. It's based here in Phoenix, an Indiana chapter, because Rod Smith is from here. So we all got this taken care of. I didn't get big time involved until after the recession. In fact, during the recession, 2008 was right before the recession really took hold. We were barely alive, and Rod did sports camps with his background in some pro football, and that was the only thing we could afford to do, to be honest with you. It was pretty lean. And in 2012, they hired a new CEO at the time, and Darren helped us get bigger and better. My son had joined the Marine Corps in the meantime. First Marines behind me right there. And he deployed to Afghanistan in 2010, his first tour, the Helmand province, which was a very hot area at the time. And he came back from his first deployment, and I realized what these people are going through. That was my first experience with really PTSD in my face kind of a thing. During his second tour, I went to a Gold Star picnic we put on, and I'll never forget this day. Gold Star families have lost somebody to the conflict. Rod and I are talking to one of the little boys on the playground there, and we're asking him all these questions. And he's telling all about his brother, his brother, his brother. And Rod said, "Well, where's your brother now?" He said, "Oh, they killed him. He's not coming home." And it was like, whoa, my son is in a hot zone called Marja, Helmand Province. I'm thinking, man, I could be a Gold Star. It really brought the Gold Star feeling home. And that's a big group we support because they have lost mom, dad, brother, sister to the conflict. So when my son came back in 2012 and discharged, he had PTSD and a UTI. He had basically a brain injury, a TBI, they call it, traumatic brain injury. So he lived with me for 3 years. His wife divorced him because of his problems, and I got firsthand experience on what these families go through. That's when I got really hands-on involved. Um, I helped him raise a lot more money, put on an event at Moon Valley Country Club. Eventually, I retired from a 40-year business career and became the CEO in 2017. Our primary mission is to pay emergency financial expenses. A lot of these folks, even before COVID hit, had a hard time holding a job with PTSD. A lot of times you have a hard time with people. Um, our biggest things are rent and mortgage, utilities, and car payments. We'll get probably 50, 60 requests a month for that kind of assistance. So money is important for us and to pay these bills. Um, it's gotten worse with COVID, of course, because a lot of people got laid off from jobs. So it's been a real challenging last year or two. But the financial assistance is the primary mission of the charity. The second thing we do, though, with things of when we don't have COVID issues, is we do some experiences. Uh, it's called it's a pleasure thing. So we'll take kids to ball games. All four sports teams here in town are good to us in terms of tickets. For example, we got Cowboy tickets when the Cardinals played the Cowboys in the preseason. 150 people got to go for free. Coyotes are great to us. Basketball, everybody helps out. We take them to Zoo. Zoo Lights is a big event here in about 2-3 weeks on December 16th. We'll have probably 300 people there at that event. AZTV7 pays for the event. It's about $12,000, and we have every kid gets 2 to 3 toys based on what we have there. Again, without the sponsorship of people like that, that event would never take place. And for most of these families, they don't have a lot of money. Survivor Outreach Services here in Arizona handles all the Gold Star and Wounded Warrior families in the state. They know who's financially challenged, if you will, and they screen those families to go to places like zoo lights and ball games. So they're meant for people who really can't afford the experience. I mean, when you think about it, a ticket might cost 40, $50, and if you want to buy Cokes for the family, you're in for another 100. So um, that's a secondary thing we love to do better than anything else because it's fun, but it doesn't happen without money. And now that we're kind of through the COVID thing for the most part, we've seen a real ramp up in people want to do things. So right now it's been real busy, challenging, but it's a good time. We're doing pretty well. We almost got killed by COVID. We couldn't have events. That's half our revenue comes from events. We had to get real creative on grants and support. The Cardinals were big for us at that point in time. Huge help. Got us a big grant from the state that really paid a lot of people's benefits we didn't have the money to pay for before. So that's kind of, I guess, the big picture of what we do and how we do it. But hey, if you have any questions, let me know. It's really pretty much an ongoing thing.
Yeah, so I guess I didn't have anything specific, and I know we had talked about it before, but it's basically just, our event is run all by volunteers, and what we really want to do, obviously, in addition to, remembering and honoring Kenny Shaw and other people who have served our country, is to kind of get our audience connected with the people who are trying to help the beneficiaries, which is you guys and C4 Foundation this year, because I think you guys both do great work, and I know you guys have a relationship with the Shaw family previous to this, so I know
Sure.
the Shaw family is close to you guys. So I think that's a great summary, of what you guys do. I know I want to talk about that we're doing a raffle for you guys. We're gonna have some golf items. If you want to talk about the bag that you're throwing in there, and then it's GLFK9.com. It's not live right now, but it will be once we get this raffle thing up and going, and we'll probably do it Monday after the event. But you guys will be out there at the event. We have a table set up for you guys, and people can come and talk to you. And also, you guys are helpinghandsforfreedom.org if people want to do it, and I'll put it up on the screen here. But if there's anything else you guys want to add, or hopefully, people will be motivated to kind of come help you guys out on some of the events you do, and hopefully can link up with you at the event. But if there's anything else you want to add, feel free to do it. And otherwise, hopefully I can put this together into something we can put out to the attendees.
It's kind of funny. The Getting Lei'd for Kenny is a great example of how we survive. I mean, this event couldn't happen last year. I mean, it's happening now, thank God. It's a big event for us in terms of support, both dollar-wise and people-wise. And it's really, two bands, two different events, different locations, which is pretty cool in Tempe. I'll be at the Shady Park event, which is the second event from 1 to 5. Looking forward to it. I haven't heard the band, but I want to have a little fun that day. I'll be ready for it. Trust me, it's December. It's been kind of stressful. The golf bag is a very unique 2018 U.S. Open bag. Red, white, and blue. You'll see pictures of it. It's basically one of a kind. They made a very limited number of these, and a friend of mine actually purchased one when it happened. And I've Googled it trying to find others, and they're nowhere to be found. So it's a one of a kind. The kind of bag you're going to put in your office, and it's going to look really, really good. It looks too good to put on a golf cart, put it that way. It's red, white, and blue. Has all the symbolism on it with flags, all the stuff from the golf event itself. It was basically a staff bag for the event. I think the list value was like $400, so it's a big deal. And the raffle tickets, somebody's going to win it. It's going to be pretty cool. And I was tempted to keep it when I got it back. The first guy who bought it sent it back to me. He says, "Here, I'm going to donate it back to you." I'm like, "Boy, this will look good in my office, but nah, I'll use it to raise money." So I'm a golfer too, so it was really kind of close to my heart. So the Shawls I met about 2 years ago, and they're good friends of Mike Scott, who's Scott Roofing. And Mike is a big supporter with his brother Brian of the charity. So kind of always a little circle kind of happened, kind of ironically at the time. And we've gotten along great. They've been a big help to us. Donated before, and this inclusion in this event was like manna from heaven. I got to tell you, it's been so difficult for nonprofits the last 18, 24 months to raise any money that this is fantastic. Plus, it's going to be fun. It's a fun event. It's not like a hardcore, fundraiser. It's like go listen to music, have a few beers, have a great time. And oh, by the way, we're a beneficiary. Can't get any better than that as far as I'm concerned.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm right there with you. So it'll be good to do it this year. And like you said, it's good to be back out after a 2-year absence. So in addition to the bag, we also have a couple foursomes in there. Travis Matthew has given us $500 gift certificate to their shop to do anything. And we also have a beach cruiser, which we typically always have, but kind of came in last minute. There's not going to be an in-person raffle this year. So hopefully people jump onto the online one. But yeah, looking forward to it. And thank you again for being part of the event this year. We're looking forward to it.
Can't wait for December 4th. Trust me, I'll be there.